Hey, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are watching from. Definitely you're probably watching this recording at your own convenient time. So, Extrovert here once again, most likely day 5 of your AI literacy challenge. Yes. And I'm super excited, super pumped up to be doing this with every single one of you who have devoted your time, energy, you know, and resources into these sections. I'm super grateful, super delighted to be here. And today we're going to be diving straight into AI and remote work and some other mind blowing concepts that would, you know, blow your mind, so to speak. If someone had told me a few years ago that robots would be my new coworker, trust me, I would have just laughed, checked their temperature, you know. But today that's our new reality. And it's not just cool, it's now transformational. Yeah. So whether you are tuning in here today as a nurse, a freelancer, a startup founder, or someone just navigating the job hustle, I want you to take a deep breath, smile, and then say this with me. I belong in the future. I belong in the future. Because that's what this presentation is all about. Your place in the future of work. Not one controlled by machines, but one enhanced by them. Uh, AI is no longer here to take your job. Yeah, as you can see in the pictorial illustration here, we are now corporate, we are now partners, we are now colleagues with AI, with machines, with robots. AI is here to stay. It's not here to take your job. It's just here to take the worst parts of these jobs. Those particular parts that are boring to you, those parts that you seem to do over and over and over and over again, and you it's now becoming boring or mundane. AI is here to take those worst parts of the job away. Now, the mind-numbing admin tasks, that is what AI is here to take away. The copy and paste grind, that is why we have A here today. The stuff that drains your energy instead of fueling that genius mind that you have. That is what AI is here to take away for you. I remember I have a friend, what's her name again? Uh I think that's Linda. She's in Nairobi. She's a community nurse here in Nairobi. And every evening she used to spend about 2 extra hours just typing up patient notes, you know. But then she started using an AI powered voice text app. Now she's finishing her work faster, spends more time with her kids, you know, and this actually helps her with her documentation. It actually improves the quality of her documentation. That's the kind of empowerment. That's the kind of empowerment I want you to feel today. And you have several people just like that, freelancers too, who have been struggling to juggle clients, several clients, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients. And what happens? Because they need this money, they end up becoming burnt out. But with tools like ChatGPT, which we have discussed in the previous classes, it can help you handle your drafts, can help you handle your research work. And this can help you to automate your tasks. You can now start working from 10 hours a day. Now, downside it to like 6 or 4 or 5 hours a day. And this would definitely double and triple your income because you can now work faster, at very limited time. You can now accomplish more tasks in very limited time, as long as you're using the right tools to do the right tasks. So this is why we are here today. So today we're going to discover concepts that might just actually blow your mind a little. Not because of these concepts are new or shiny, or maybe because you've not heard of them before, but because they will open you up to new ways, new avenues at which you can actually open up your time, open up your creativity, and get the best out of your potential. And I know what you're thinking, right? That I'm not techie, AI is complicated, this doesn't apply to my work. Uh, but here's the truth. You don't have to be a tech expert. You just have to be curious. Curiosity is what we need. And this is for caregivers. Whether you're a caregiver, you're a baker, you're a designer, or you're just a dreamer like me. this is definitely for you. So I challenge you right now to just lean into this session with just an open mind, because you're going to learn a whole lot about remote work, and you're going to see how AI can actually help you if you're a remote worker to work smarter, live freer, and maybe even just laugh a little more. Yeah, because at the end of the day, remote work is not just about the work. It's not just about the work. It's a lifestyle. It's not just about the work style. It's lifestyle. And AI is app assistants that can actually help you get what you actually need to be done at the right time. So now that we've cracked open the idea of AI, remote work, let's just ground it in reality. What exactly is remote work? What exactly is remote work? So let's dive straight into that. Remote work. Okay. So we've had a lot of things about remote work, right? Uh, and we know that remote work is actually working outside of a traditional office. You're not in your traditional office space, you're not in your company space, and definitely not from a specific location which your company or employer has agreed that, yeah, this is where you must do your work. As long as you're working, but you're not in that traditional office space, that is your remote work. You can do it from anywhere you are in the world. Let's just assume that you're working in your pajamas while sipping tea from your favorite mug. By the way, I don't know if you can see, here's my favorite mug. It's actually written on it, you are doing great. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you're doing great. So I can just be here in my office space doing what I love in my pajamas. I'm right here on, a very nice looking native attire. But then I'm just wearing I don't know if I can stand here. You see, I'm just wearing a short a short underneath. And this is what remote work has, please don't judge me for that. But this is what remote work has given us the opportunity to do. Yeah. So working from anywhere, your home, in your living room, your working space, in a cafe, even your mother-in-law's kitchen, because most likely you might want to go visit your mother-in-law, and then you have to do a few things. So you can basically work from anywhere. Remote work simply means that you don't have to clock in, yes, at a traditional office. You are free to work anywhere you want. You do it at your own schedule, at your own time. You sort of have that freedom. Yeah, not that freedom. And guess what? Freedom has become one of the greatest currencies of our time. Now let's look at the numbers for a second. Let's look at the stats for a second. 98% of workers want to work remotely, or at least part of the time. You see how remote work has been encouraged, has been embraced. Yes, they want to work remotely. Now, it's not just a trend. This is what people are gunning for globally. And for employers, remote work saves them around $11,000 per worker every year. Isn't that crazy? Imagine if you're an employer, remote work is saving you this amount, close to this amount of money for remote workers globally every single year. Would you rather have workers who are right there in your office, or workers who are doing a remote job and actually get the job done, and then you still save more money? But now let's get into it a bit, right? Why do people actually crave? Why do they so much crave for remote work? One, I mean, because of the flexibility. Yeah, you can drop your kids at school, you can hit the gym, at noon, you can take care of your mental health. You can do a lot of these things without asking for permission. Imagine, without taking leaves, or without waiting for your leave period. You can do basically all of this. And guess what? You have work-life balance. So you don't have to commute for 3 hours every single day. Imagine people like me who live in the heart of Lagos, Nigeria, how long it would take me to commute to a physical work location every single day with the crazy hustle and bustle in Lagos, right? The traffic is crazy over here. You can literally spend 3 hours, you know, while coming back home, caught up in traffic. You're tired, you're exhausted. Most times you have to wake up as early as 4 a.m. in the morning, leave home as early as 4:35 a.m. so as to be able to beat the traffic and get to work in time. Isn't this crazy? But now remote work is going to remove all of this. You have access to global jobs. You don't even need to move abroad to land a job abroad. Now, remote workers break down borders literally. I know of a nurse in Ghana who is working for a startup in Canada, right? Or I also know of a radiologist. What's his name? I think it's James. Yeah, a friend of mine in Nairobi who started reviewing scans for a US telehealth firm. Now, not only does he earn more, he works fewer hours and he gets to spend afternoons mentoring young doctors. Now, you're not just making money, you're actually making impact because you are mentoring others. And I know that that's exactly what some of you want, to make an impact. Yeah. So remote work is no longer nice to have. It's now what the world wants. But here's the thing. It's not just about freedom. It's about choosing the lifestyle you want, the lifestyle that works for you. Whether it's choosing impact, income, or inner peace of mind. Remote work makes space for all of this. Basically for all of this. So now we've unpacked what and why remote work is, you know. But then, how did we even get into this space of remote work? Because I know a few years ago, nobody was even talking about remote work at all. So let's just go on a quick journey on the evolution of remote work. Now, uh, see, let's just say that remote work, if remote work was to be a movie, right? Pre 2020, right? That is the pre COVID-19 era, would be the trailer, you know, while 2020 will now be the plot twist where people's eyes just got, woo, what happened, And now we are deep into the sequel where AI is practically stealing the show. So what happened in 2020? So before 2020 rather, remote work was kind of like, seemingly a bit non-existent. It was available, right? But it was mostly reserved for third bros, right? And it was just few lucky folks who were software developers, basically digital nomads, creative freelancers that were into remote work. But the idea of a nurse or a receptionist or an HR manager working from home, that sounded like fantasy, trust me. Sorry, like, something that does this make sense, right? But now what happened in 2020? Suddenly the world shuts down. Thanks to what? Thanks to COVID-19. Offices closed, hospitals overflowed, kids were home, pets became co-workers, And then who even knew about Zoom before 2020? Just very few people. But then Zoom became the order of the day. A lot of people started using Zooms for meetings, for boardroom meetings, classroom meetings, therapy sessions, name it. And here's what's wild. What started as a survival strategy became a revolution. What made people started to, okay, let's turn to this to survive, became the order of the day, became what people began to seek for. It became what was most sought after. So companies now discovered that people could even be more productive while working from home. Employees realized that they do not even need to be in traffic for 2 hours just to reply to emails. And slowly, the idea of being at work, without being at work started to make a lot of sense for quite a number of people. So then we hit 2023 and beyond, and remote work has just matured, it has expanded, it's now in a very exponential phase. It's in its exponential phase, and it wasn't just about surviving, it became strategic. So we're now beginning to have hybrid, right? So hybrid is a mixture of remote work, which is working from home and then working physically at the office. And then you can actually get the best of both. And get the best of both. But now AI has now stepped in, right? AI has stepped in to further enhance remote work. AI started helping, remote workers with scheduling, transcription, customer support, mental health, mental health tracking, even just help with better productivity. So it's like you're having a partner in the background that's saying, "Oh, I've got this. Just relax. Let me just do this for you, right?" you know. So there's this what's his name? He's a medical transcriptionist, right? In Johannesburg. He used to type out hours of patient notes every single day. But I think there's a way their company were able to integrate their system with this nuance dragon. Is it nuance dragon or nuance medical one? Something like that though. Nuance dragon medical one. So it automatically converted their doctor patient conversations into documentation. So her typing time dropped by 60% and accuracy improved over time. So actually, AI is making life better. What about me, who have been a digital marketing strategist for the longest while? Before I used to spend 4 hours creating content, scheduling content, and all of that. But now I use AI power tools to handle some of these stuffs in minutes and it actually even build campaigns. So this is now helping me focus on the the money moving the activity that actually moves the money needle. Yeah. According to Pareto principle, I think Pareto principle, going to Pareto principle, it states that only 20% of our activities actually gives us 20% of our activities, 20% of our activities gives us 80% of the results. But most people do not focus on this 20% of the activities. They end up doing a whole lot. Out of all of these activities, only 20% gives us 80% of the results we get. So if you can now focus our time and attention on this 20%, outsource the rest. And instead of outsourcing the rest of these activities, you're now having AI do these activities for you. So remote work is no longer just about location, it's about liberation. It's about liberation. So now that we've actually delved into what remote work is and how it has evolved, now let's make it a bit personal, right? What actual jobs can you start from wherever you are right now? What jobs are there? And let's look at also some remote opportunities that are waiting for maybe someone like you. So if you are in the haircare niche, uh, there is a seat waiting for you, irrespective of wherever you are, whether you fall into this all of these categories or not. There is a niche waiting for you, right? So remote work is not just for coders or tech experts. There is something waiting for you. For haircare experts, you can decide to delve into telehealth consultancy, right? Telehealth consultancy. And this is something that you can actually do from your location, from home. You can do it as a remote work. You can offer remote consultations, support maybe chronic care patients, or help with follow-ups, all from your living room. Now, tools like Zoom, uh, for healthcare and Dogsy.me actually makes it secure and easy for you to do a lot of this. And then if you have a knack for numbers, right? A mathematician, you go with numbers, data analysis, you could decide to go into health data analyst or maybe health informatics. Now, this is pure gold. Hospitals, insurance firms, and research organizations need people to interpret trends, manage patient outcomes, and improve efficiency, all from your laptop. All from your laptop. If you're a freelancer, yeah, you can decide to go into copywriting, right? Um, Businesses everywhere need people to write. Need people to write emails, ads, blog content, social media captions, and all of that. And some of these employers or companies maybe might not exactly know of these AI tools, right? Maybe they know about it, but they don't know how to use it, or they don't have the time to use it. But then you can actually step in as a freelancer and work remotely using these tools to help them achieve their business goals. As a designer, You can do, from logo creation to designing branding packages. Designers are thriving remotely. They work remotely. Um, this reminds me of my brother. He recently finished serving, and he was supposed to be, you know, he could have been employed by the organization or the office where he is, right? But the salary is just too low, you know. But then what did he have? What did he do next? He's a designer, very good on that, creative designer. And all he did was, devote more time into his uh designing jobs. Because even while he was working and while he was serving, he didn't even have the time to take on more jobs as a designer. But then now that he is free and is not employed by anybody, he can design at his pace at his own time, and he is making 10x of the amount that he was supposed to be paid while being employed in that specific organization. 10x. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy? So you can decide as a designer to delve into um, remote work instead of being employed in a specific organization to design for them. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a digital course creator. You can teach specifically. You have a passion, right? Now teach people what you know. It could be caregiving, it could be baking, it could be storytelling, it could be tech skills, and then turn it into a paid course using platforms. You have system.io, you have Teachable, you have ThinkFig, you have several platforms that you could use. You have Seller, right? So you could also design remote products you can design products using Seller, digital templates, ebooks, um, or even drop shipping physical products. You can run an online store without having a single item. For example, we have stores like Etsy, we have Gumroad, you have Shopify, and the rest. All of this makes it possible for you. And if you use any of these tools, some of them are even outdated at this point. Some of them are not easily feasible for a lot of folks. You could research some of most remote offering tools out there that you could use. And let me be clear on one thing: you don't need to be perfect to start. All you need to do is just start. Explore one role, try one tool, pitch one client. The world is waiting for perfect people. The world is not waiting for perfect people rather. Yeah, it's not. You don't have to be perfect, but it's waiting for those who are brave, those who are willing to start right now. So speaking of brave people, wait until you see what AI can do for you to reduce burnouts. Right. Now, you know that feeling you get when you are totally drained, but you're still like pushing through. Imagine you could have somebody that will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you're running low on energy, oh." And that is what some AI powered systems does. So whether you're a nurse, working back to back shift, to a freelancer, juggling too many clients, or a job seeker that is stuck in endless scroll of job boards, burnout is real. And I'm sure you can relate at this point. Yeah. And sometimes it steals your joy, it steals your focus, and even your health. It's that bad, it's that crazy. But now AI can even detect that you're going to be born out soon before you are even born out. AI can help you feel it. That's mad. I mean, that's mind blowing. Yeah, it can. Tools like Microsoft Viva, Nuance Dax, they are leading the way. These platforms, alternative ones, which you can also research and all of that, they help you quietly analyze patterns in your behavior. How often you're working late, how frequently you're in meetings, the tone of your emails, how long it's taking you to complete certain routine tasks, and gently alert you when things are heading into red zone. Now, John Hopkins hospitals have used an AI powered tool here to cut burnout by 30%. They use this AI powered tool to monitor stress and documentation fatigue amongst their nurses. So this helped them cut out burnout by 30%. So imagine you have a virtual assistant, or imagine that you're a virtual assistant, right? You had 10 Zoom calls in just one day. You've barely eaten, it's 8 p.m., and and your client sends you one last task. And what's about remote work is you can get a task at any point, at any single time of the day, right? And you have an AI dashboard like Viva that picks up uh that you've been in meetings all day non-stop, there's no break, and your system usage is off the charts. So it will just pop up with a friendly reminder that tells you, oh, consider blocking out um focus time tomorrow. Or say something like, looks like you've had a high load day. Do you want to schedule a break? So this is what all of these AI tools help you with. So AI is not just about efficiency, it's about well-being. It's about giving us space to breathe, space to create, space to live. Because if we are not well, our work won't be either. If we are not in the mental space, we can't be productive, we can't be creative. So this is really, really important. So if an AI can help you avoid burnout, what else can AI help you do? There's a spelling error here. Okay, so AI can help you handle tasks. Yes. So let's be honest. I know some of you actually have some of those tools that you wish that, sorry, some of those tasks that you wish that, oh, assuming this task can just disappear, right? I don't want to be responding to emails of vendors every single day. I don't want to be replying to chats every single day. I don't want to be writing the same proposal and modifying it every single day. Now imagine you're outsourcing all of this to a smart assistant that never gets tired to do these jobs. You have Jasper AI, the content writer that can craft emails, blogs, product descriptions, name it. You have ChatGPT, can help you brainstorm, can help you research, can help you write. You have Replica, a chatbot that can learn your tone and style. So this is what AI actually helps you do. So um yeah, so you can actually set up all of these tools or alternative tools to help you, and you can get the best out of all of this. So a job seeker can have AI help tailor their cover letters and autopilot. A healthcare pro can actually automate appointment reminders, and a freelancer can draft multiple client emails a minute, all with AI. See, it's about spending less time on tasks that drain you and more time on things that move your life forward. Things like your relationships, your learning, your goals. These are important. Some people have little or no time for their relationships, little or no time for the friends that they've had over the years. No time to catch up. What about their family, their wives, their husbands, their fiancés, their girlfriends, their boyfriends? No time. No time to continue to learn and develop. No time for their goals. This is why you need AI. Now, your time is precious. Your energy is your currency, and your focus, that is where your superpower is, right? And I remember, whatever you focus on is what you attract. Whatever you focus on is what you attract. So why not just focus on that 20% of the activity that actually make the money for you, that moves the money needle, while you allow AI do the remaining of the 80%. And speaking of big stuff that can actually land you your dream job, yeah. So let me let you in on a little secret. Those job posts that feels like they were written in a foreign language. AI can now read them for you, decode them with you, and help you respond like a total boss. Yeah. So let's talk about job hunting for a sec. Sorry. You see that your dream job that's on LinkedIn. You can read the job description. I think we did this in a session that was 2 days ago. You can read the job description, you can open up your resume, and then when you read the job description on LinkedIn, you now open up your resume. Sometimes we are stuck, we freeze because we're like, am I qualified for this job role? Right. But now with AI, you can get yourself qualified for this role. So you might see words in around when employers in their job description, you see crazy big words that might look foreign to you. You don't exactly understand. It was like cross-functional stakeholder. You're like, dude, what is cross-functional stakeholder? Right. Or cross-functional stakeholder engagements. What does this mean, right? Now you can breathe because you've got a backup. You've got AI that can help you revolutionize your resume. Tools like Teal and Kick Resume, Job Scout, and the rest can help you revolutionize your resume to apply for jobs. So instead of just uploading your resume and crossing your fingers, these tools take the job post you're aiming for and reverse engineer it. Isn't that crazy? So this is basically how it works, like we did practically in our session 2 days ago. You paste the job description, right, into the tool. It breaks down the keywords, responsibilities, the hidden expectations. It basically gives you a personalized feedback on your resume and telling you exactly what to change to stand out. So it can basically tell you, oh, it's you have a 60% match, 80% match, 90% match to this job role. And then you can further modify your resume to perfectly match this job role. Now, this is precision, right? It's like you showing up for a party dressed in the same attire or the same theme or the same, ashwabi or the same color or the same wedding color code. You know, this is what all of these AI tools offer. And now it now even goes a little bit better. These tools now offer AI generated cover letters, like as we saw in Job Scout that day, mock mock interview coaching. Yeah. And some even have job tracking dashboards. So you're not just applying, you're also competing for these jobs like a professional. At this point, you might be saying, but is this not cheating? No, it's not. Because you are still showing up with your real story, with your real skills. It's just that AI is helping you frame it in a way that clicks with the recruiters, just helping you to tweak and modify it. So it's still you, but this time you're now dressed right for the opportunity. So your dream job doesn't require you to be someone else. It just requires you to be clearly seen, right? And this basically applies both in healthcare as well, right? Uh, in healthcare, you don't have to imagine the future because AI is crushing it in healthcare, in hospital startups, and in hospitals, in basic startups and the rest. AI is crushing it, basically crushing it. For entrepreneurs, you can use ChatGPT. Freelancers, you can use Canva AI. You can use several softwares, several, and it's working. It's crazy. It's crazy. You can even use DeepSeek for research too as well, and all of that. So if you're a freelancer, AI can help you stand out, and make you become different, help you compete in the global job space. So now you're wondering, where do I start? What can I actually do right? What can I actually try tonight? So don't worry, I've got you covered. So let's talk about or some tools, just simple tools that you can maybe try out tonight before you go to bed. So your AI your AI toolbox. What to try tonight? See, inspiration is powerful, but action transforms. Yeah. So tonight, let's just turn that curiosity you talked about earlier into capability, right? With AI tools that are ready for you. These AI tools make you capable, make you able to do what needs to be done at the right time. So we've explored so far the transformative power of AI in remote work. Now it's time to equip you with the tools that can make a tangible difference in your daily life, in your routine, help you achieve work life balance. Now, whether you're in healthcare or in entrepreneurship or you're job hunting, there is an AI tool. There are several AI tools tailored to your needs. So for healthcare professionals, you can try Otter AI, right? Um, you can also try Clockwise. I'm not exactly sure Clockwise is still functional. You can try Otter AI. We know your time is precious, right? And documentation can really be overwhelming, right? But Otter AI is an AI powered transcription tool that converts your spoken words into written notes. So whether you're recording patient consultations or team meetings, Otter AI ensures you capture every single one of these details without the need for manual note taking. And trust me, there are still several other alternative tools to Otter AI. That's crazy. So imagine you're conducting a telehealth session and Otter AI transcribes the entire conversation, allowing you to focus entirely on your patients. So later you can now review, edit, and share the notes effortlessly. This is amazing. This is splendid. What about for entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs can try Taskade Taskade. They might seem a bit technical, right? But it's really nice. You can try the basic um, 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 features of Taskade. And trust me, Taskade manages multiple projects that can be chaotic at times. And Taskade is this all in one workspace that combines task management, note taking, and collaboration. It also has inbuilt AI capabilities that helps you to brainstorm ideas, create content, and organize your workflow efficiently. So if you're planning a product launch, if you're planning to launch a product, Taskade can actually help you in outlining the project, assigning tasks to your team, and even generating promotional content. All of this can be done in just one single platform. This is crazy. This is crazy. And trust me, you can even use the free version. But to get the best at some of these AI tools, you might need to subscribe to their pro version. If you don't have that money, you can continue to use the free version. If you are out of space for the free version, or you can no longer use the free version, you can create a new account using a temporary email. Yes. So you can use the what's it called? Trying to remember, I've forgotten. So there are sites that can help you create temporary email addresses, you know, that you can just use. That you can use to create new accounts and sign up on all of these accounts again and still utilize their free features. So it's you making the best use out of your situation at this point. But you can as well use the paid versions or look for alternative tools which you can use that are still free as well, and they are they're amazing. Yeah, they're excellent. So job seekers can try Google Interview Warm Up, right? You can also use Job Scout, which we talked about the other day. But then Google Interview Warm Up really helps. Why? Because interviews can be nerve wracking, can be nerve wracking. Both they can make you feel overwhelmed, and the fact that you don't know exactly what might be asked, or you're not sure exactly what might be asked, maybe it might be your first time preparing for an interview, makes it a bit worse. But then with these AI tools, it just practically helps you, right? Google Interview Warm Up is a free tool that would simulate interview scenarios for you, provide real time feedback on your responses. It helps you practice articulating your experiences and skills effectively. So you can maybe go ahead tonight, try out this tool, maybe select your desired job role, answer practice questions, receive insights on your speaking pace. Am I speaking too fast, too slow, too warm? Do I need to add in more energy? Am I using more filler words? Key terms, which key terms can I use? Which one am I not using? So it's like having a personal interview coach that is available for you 24/7. So now remember that the goal of all of these AI tools is not to master all of them, right? You might get overwhelmed trying to use all of them. But start with one that really resonates to you. It resonates with what you do, resonates with your career, resonates with your business, your product, your offerings, or your services, or resonates with your immediate needs. Now, start with that one that resonates with you. Start to explore. Sign up, explore, experiment with it, and observe how it enhances your workflow. Yeah. Remember this, you see, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with what? One single step. So let this be your first stride into a more efficient, empowered, and AI enhanced work life. So as we wrap up this journey, I have one final challenge for you. Yeah. I have one final challenge for you. You don't have to see the whole staircase just to take the first step. Martin Luther King said this. So, as we conclude this transformative uh, session on AI and remote work, remember that knowledge alone doesn't get the job done. No, it doesn't get the job done. But applied knowledge, you get it done. So you don't just need to learn, you need to practice the things that you are learning. I remember one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, very funny dude. So he once said that don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. So as you have learned, don't just say, I have acquired knowledge from this session. I've acquired knowledge from Japademy. I've acquired knowledge from this AI literacy challenge. No. What I want to hear is, I've not just learned, but I'm beginning to do this. I'm beginning to use this AI tool. I'm beginning to do this. I've applied for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. I've prepared for this interview session. I prepared for this other interview session. Let this knowledge, let this learning lead to action. You basically discovered how AI can predict burnouts before it happens, how AI can automate mundane tasks, enhance the job search with precision, empower professionals across various industries worldwide. What's next for you? It's action. Yes, action. You don't expect me to basically download every single thing for you. And I'm not here to basically spoon feed you with every single thing. So now is the time for you to act. Take the first step tonight. This is your challenge. Take the first step tonight. Choose one specific AI tool that we've discussed. Maybe not even the one we've discussed. Maybe one that you've researched. Maybe one that you've researched and put it into practice. Yes, put it into practice. They say practice makes perfect. So you have to practice. So if you're a healthcare professional, maybe you want to use healthcare based AI tools out there. You have Auto AI, you have Glass Health, you have Suki, you have several out there which you can use, maybe to transcribe and summarize patient consultations effortlessly. You have several. If you're an entrepreneur, you can organize your projects, brainstorm ideas, use Taskade, use several AI tools, use DeepSeek, use ChatGPT, right? Several AI tools are out there which you can use. If you're a job seeker, you can build confidence and refine your interview skills using Google Interview Warm Up, using Job Scouts. All of these things are things you can do. Now, all of these things are not just you learning, it's you acting, you taking action, decisive action, disciplining yourself to take action. As you're taking action, you're not just learning, you're learning as you go. And discipline is really, really important. It's extremely important as you're learning. Discipline is the bridge between our goals and our accomplishments. That bridge, that's what discipline is. From the things that are written in your goals to how you accomplish it, discipline helps you get there. So, taking that first step today requires discipline, but it's the key to turning your aspiration into achievements. That is why you need that discipline to design your life. Because if you don't design your life, you end up falling. Chances are you fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? What do they have planned for you? Not much. What do other people have planned for your life? Nothing much. Maybe nothing at all, Seth. So you need to design your own life and you need discipline to do this. You need discipline to embrace the tools and knowledge that you've gained so far. So that you craft a future that is not just successful, but fulfilling. Take notes, fulfilling. Because you have time for friends, have time for relationship, have time, for basically several other things that makes you happy, that makes life worth living, that makes life fulfilling. We're talking about success. This success is nothing more than few disciplines carried out or practiced every single day. So let today be your starting guide. Start practicing. Start disciplining yourself. Take that first step. And the staircase will gradually reveal itself to you. Because you might not see every single stairs. You might not see all the whole part of the staircase at once. But as you climb, it will gradually reveal itself to you. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this transformative journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to this section. If you watched this session from the very first minute down to this 50th minute, thank you so much. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy that you've done this. I just want you to go out there, take the bull by the horn, just go out there, act and evolve in the world of AI and remote working. Thank you so much, everybody. So let's stop here once again, and I'll be signing out right about now. Thank you.